So hi guys, good evening all of you. So are you audible guys? Are you audible guys? Right. So guys here, finally, okay. So in the last class, we up to what is super key and what is candidate key we discussed in the last session. Okay. Okay. Right. So this is up to here. The boys code normalization form. So before you want to know this boys code normalization form, okay, right. So now here observe the boys code normalization form. What we said here, it should be in the third normal form, and for any dependency A to B, A should be super key. If any dependency A to B, A should be super. Okay, and super key means you understand now. So a column or a combination of columns are uniquely identifying a row in a table is called as a super key. Okay, right. So now we can see the boys code. Let you come out. College enrollment table. So college enrollment table. Okay, college enrollment table. So we have it here. So in this college enrollment table, so student ID, subject, and professor. Student ID, subject, and professor. So these are the three columns are there, right? So composite primary key is applied on student ID and subject. Okay, and the professor is a non-primary key. Professor is a non-primary key. Okay, but we know that professor depends on subject, but not a student. That already I said to you. So professor depends on subject, but professor is a non-primary key. Okay, na? Professor is a depend on subject, but professor is a non-primary key. Okay, na? Non-primary key. So, but what it was saying here, the void for what it was saying here, for any dependency, suppose A to B, A depends on B, then A should be super key. So that means here, what is A? A is nothing but professor. What is B? Subject. So A depends on B. So professor depends on subject. Then professor must be super key. But here professor is a non-key attribute. Non-key attribute. So the point is given here. What happened? In the above, student ID subject from primary keys, which means a subject column is a prime attribute. Okay, right. But there is one more dependency was there, that is called a professor depends on subject. Professor depends on subject, but the subject is a prime attribute, but professor is a non-prime attribute. So that means which is not allowed by BCNF. So professor, when depending on subject, compulsory professor should be what? Super key. And professor should be compulsory primary key, but it is not happening. Then how to satisfy this BCNF? How to satisfy this BCNF means simple. What I'm going to do, decomposing now. So one table, I decompose the student table. In this student ID, professor ID. The two columns I was taken here, and these two columns are composite primary key columns. Composite primary key columns here. Okay, now. So this is one. And whereas second table is what now? Professor table. In professor table, what I'm taking? Professor ID, professor, and subject. But your professor ID, professor, these are called a composite primary keys. Composite primary key means what now? Your professor is a super key. So your professor is a prime attribute, but subject is a non-prime attribute. Then professor depends on subject, then professor is a primary key column. So that means your boys code normal form satisfied. What I said, A depends on B, then A should be super key. So now professor depends on subject, and now professor is my super key column. Okay, super key column. So this is how to avoiding, okay, how to what we can say identifying a super key, okay, in your table. So now professor table is going to be satisfied your boys code normalization form. Okay, right. And the next one is called as what now? Fourth one. But here fourth normal form and fifth normal form, these are optional forms we call, because these forms are okay, very rare cases that people are using in their applications. Okay, so because of reason, these two forms is not that much mandatory. Okay, now either you can keep it as it is your table, nothing problem. If you decompose your table, nothing problem. And these two last 4 and 5 and up is quite opposite both. If you're keeping as it is, then it is called a 5 and up. If you're splitting your table, then it is called a 4 and up. Then what it is? Let you see, guys. Fourth normal form. Fourth normal form. When your table satisfied the fourth normal form, again it should satisfy two conditions. One is we called as it should be in the boys code normal form. Okay, so what is boys code normal form? A depends on B, then A should be super key. So that is called the boys normal form. And later what it was saying, that observe carefully. A table does not contain more than one independent multi-valued attribute. Does not contain more than. Your table does not contain more than one independent multi-valued attribute. Okay, or multi-value dependency. Okay, now. So what is multi-value dependency? First we will discuss. Multi-value dependency is nothing but in a table, one column, same value. One column, see careful observe. Statements are very important to guys. Observe first of all. So in a table, one column, same value. One column, same value, matching with or match with, compare with or match with multiple values of another column. Understanding my point here? The statement is understanding now. One column, same value, match with the multiple values of another column is called as what now? Multi-valued dependency we call. Is called as what now? Multi-valued dependency we call. Okay, now? So now we are observed. What it mean here? Observe. Suppose, carefully observe, I'd say. College enrollment table, I was given student ID, course, and hobby. So your student ID column, you can see one column or a column. One column, same value, same value, same value. Same value means 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Same value. Match with multiple values like Oracle, Java, C, C#, PHP, like a cricket, hockey. So multiple values. So one column, same value is matched with the multiple values of another columns. Multiple values of another column is called as a multi-value dependency. So now the definition understand guys here. One column is student ID column. One column, same value is matching with, okay, matching means comparing with the all values of another column. All values of another column is called as a multi-valued function. Okay, na? Right. So this is what we call as guys. So that means now this table is having multi-valued, okay, columns are there. So now what I want to do, now I want to avoid that problem. I want to avoid that problem. So then what, how to avoid here? In the above table, there is no relationship between the columns of course and hobby. Okay, na? So course is separate column, hobby is a separate column, and in between course and hobby, there is no relation. Okay, na? Right. That means they are independent of each other. So these columns are independent of each other. So independent columns we call. Independent columns we call. Okay, na? So there is a multi-value dependency because one column is on column same value comparing with multiple values of other columns. So which leads what happened, unnecessary repetition of data. Okay, like see unnecessary one, okay, one. So unnecessary repetition of data. Then what we want to do, I want to avoid this problem. Okay, what we want to do to avoid this problem, identifying independent multi-valued attributes. Identifying independent, first identify in your table, independent multi-valued attributes means columns are there or not there, first identify. If it is there, those attributes are moved into separated table, and these tables are called as a 4NF tables. These tables are called as a 4NF tables. And what you say, these tables does not contain more than one independent multi-valued attributes. Okay, now. So that is a point now. That is the point now. What it was telling, a table does not contain more than one independent multi-valued columns. But here in college enrollment table, there are more than one is there. One is a course and one is a hobby. These are called as a more than one independent multi-valued columns. Okay, now. So now you are having here. So more than one should not be there in my table. One is there. If you have one, no problem. But more than one should not be there. Then what simply I'm doing here, guys? Up there. So now I'm just splitting my table. Now one table I was splitting in the name of hobbies table, and in this student ID and hobby. So one cricket, one hockey, splitting the table. Next one is course object table. Course object table I splitting into separator. Then one Oracle, one Java, one C#, one PHP. So what it does happen here? Your two tables are there here. Course table as well as hobbies table. But in course table and hobbies table, what it was happen? Only one multi-valued independent column is there. Here hobby and here course, but more than one is not there. Okay, now 4NF what it was telling, more than one independent multi-valued columns are there in the table, then the table is not satisfied 4NF. Okay, so that's what I'm doing here. My college enrollment table is having more than one independent multi-valued attributes. Okay, that is called, one is course and one is hobby. So that was what I'm doing here. That was I'm going to splitting now. So hobbies I want to kept into one table with the student ID column. Course information I kept into another table with the student ID column. Okay, now what happened? Your hobbies table is having only one, and the course is having only one. That means hobbies table is not having more than one independent multi-valued columns, and your course table is also not having more than one independent multi-valued columns. Okay, now so this is what we called as a 4NF. But here, see, this is 4NF now. 5NF what it was telling, carefully. 5NF what it was telling, if a table having multi-valued columns, right? And also that table cannot decompose into multiple tables is called as a fifth enough. Okay, now so that means 4NF, what it was telling, if your table is having more than one multi-valued attributes are there, then immediately split. That is called a 4NF. 5NF, what it was telling, suppose your table is having multi-valued columns, but don't decompose. That means, can I say, guys, here, it's a quite opposite of your 4NF. Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? Come on. 5NF is quite opposite. Yes? Yes. So that means, can I say, now whatever this combination of the multi-valued columns are there, this table when you decomposing, then called as a 4NF. If you're not decomposing as it is, you're keeping this table, then it is called a 5NF. So that means now this is called as a 5NF. Okay, this table is a 5NF. I'm not decomposing. Suppose this table is decomposing into two. Decomposing means what now? Splitting. That is called a 4NF. Then we call as enrollment table. If I decompose, how I would decomposing here? One is a hobbies table. This is 4NF table. One is a course opted table. This is 4NF table. Understanding my point here? So always enrollment table is having multi-value dependency columns. If those multi-value dependency columns, whatever it was there, those are splitting into multiple tables, then it's called as a 4NF. If you are not splitting, then it is called as a 5NF. Okay, now? So these are, that's why 4 and 5, these are optional normalization techniques we got, and very optionally the people are using these techniques because nothing was there. So if you want to decompose, not decompose, that's depending on you. If you're decomposing 5, sorry, if you're decomposing 4, if you're not decomposing 5. Okay, now? So these are the last two, 4NF. Okay, right. So this is called as a decomposing we call. Okay, now? So when you're decomposing 4NF, if you're not decomposing, then it is called as a 5NF. Okay, now? 5NF. So this is normalization techniques, guys, here, and I already said to you these techniques are going to be using. These techniques are going to be using. Okay, under designing phases, the people are going to be making these diagrams. Okay, now. So and later, based on this techniques, the people will be implemented. Okay, right. So this is normalization technique we called, and these are SQL related the concepts which was comes under SQL part. Okay, now, and the next one is, okay, the last one in this SQL part, like simply we can say merge command and insert all commands. Okay, now. So these are just a new commands here, there here. So merge and insert all. So what is merge and what is insert all? Let me see. And after that, we started PLSQL language. After that, we started here PLSQL language. Okay, now, right. So here, merge command. Okay. So merge command. So this command purpose is what? What is the purpose of this command? Okay, how and where you can use this command means. So whenever you want to transfer to transfer. Okay, so to transfer data from one to another table, otherwise from source to destination table. Source to destination table. So whenever you want to transfer your data from source to destination table, so there we required here merge command. But merge command, how the data can be transferred? The merge command, how the data can be transferred means, here one point up. When matching data is there, for example, when matching data was there, matching data in both tables, okay, what it was happening, the matching data is going to be override, into your destination table. Okay, and whatever unmatching rows are there, whatever unmatching data is there, so unmatching data only transfer. Okay, unmatched data only transfer from source to destination. From source to destination. But your table already, some table, okay, already one table is having some data, and the same data, even though it was having in your, okay, in your destination table. That means matching data. In both the table, whatever matching rows are there, the matching rows are just overriding. It's not anything is not happening here. That's internally overriding. Okay, now overriding means what now? On same data or else on existing data, say again we need to override. Okay, now so that is what it was happening, guys. Here. But whatever unmatching data is there, that unmatching data only transfer. Okay, so for example, if I want to show you example, then you can understand this command. Okay, right. So the syntax of this command carefully up. The command is what? The syntax is what? Now match into destination. Shortcut I'm writing here. Destination table name. Okay, and here I'm taking table alias will be create and using offer and using, okay, using, so to which table? Source table. So source table name and source table, again we have to send your alias name. Okay, na? So source table alias name on. Here I want to give a join condition, because before you want to merge two tables data, compulsory, first those two tables should be joins together. Okay, this is what. Next, when data is matched, then update means overriding. Update set. Okay, update command I'm using destination table name dot destination table alias name. Destination table alias name dot column name. Okay, alias name dot column name 1 is equals to, okay, 1 is equals to source table alias name dot column name 1 comma and so on. So like this, every, okay, destination table, whatever the existing or matching data was there, that will be overriding with the source to destination by using update command. Update command, what happened? That will be overriding on existing, because same data, that's why override. If different data means transfer, but same data means data on data is going to be override. Okay, that is what. Suppose when data is not matched, so whatever the not matching data was there, that not matching data insert into destination table. Okay, here I need to pass the destination table columns. So whatever, okay, columns information I pass and return. So inserting into destination table Okay, and the values I'm taking what now? Select your values from a source table. So source table column. Okay, and close. So this is one merge command, guys, here, and by using of this merge command, the two tables data first we need to join. After joining, matching data will be overriding by using of update command. Okay, and unmatching data will be transferring into your destination table. Okay, now, right? This is the syntax of your merge command. So how this one I can use here? Observe. Let it come out. Now, so first of all, one table I'm taking here, select the start from DEPT one table. This is one existing table, we have it, guys. This is one existing table, I have it. So from this existing table, I am creating a new table now. Okay, so now I am creating a new table now, step by step object. Then here some extra things will come out here. How to create new table from old table. So this syntax also remember. How to create a new table from old table. So what is the syntax to create like this? So create table name, that means new table name. Okay, and select R from old table name. This is one syntax, guys. How we can create a new table from old table. Okay, now. So by using of this syntax, I'm creating one new table from old table. Old table is what now? Already DEPT is called a old table. From this table, I'm creating one more table. So create table. New table name is new DEPT. New DEPT as select R from old table. Old table is what now? DEPT. So table successfully created. Table successfully created, and let you see the table is created or not in your tab. Okay, let you see new DEPT table is successfully created. So from old table, how to create a new table? So that is a syntax. Okay, now, right? So now after creating this new table, I just call it this new table. So new DEPT. Then what happens? Same as it is. How your old table is there. Rows and columns, everything will be taken as it is. Everything will be taken as it is, and creating one more new table is created with the same features. Okay, now, right? So in this new table, what I'm doing here, I'm inserting new records. I'm inserting new DEPT, sending values of 50 dba, some HYD. I'm inserting one record. Like in the same in this new table, I'm inserting 60 SAP, and I'm using like for example Pune. So now I just made it commit. Okay. Finally, you have two tables of the first one. New DEPT is one table. 50, 60, the new data I'm inserted and committed. So this is one table. Second table is called as a DEPT table. Now here two tables are there. In two tables, department number, name, LOC, few records up to here. This is same. That means 10, 20, 30, 40, 10, 20, 30, 40. This is called a matching data. So what is unmatching data here? 50, 60, these are unmatching data. 50, 60, these are unmatching data. So this unmatching data, whatever it was there, that unmatching data only transferring into your destination table, and matching data is overriding under destination table. Okay, now, right? So now in this, my source table is new DEPT is a source. DEPT is a destination. Understand? Because this table data I want to transfer into DEPT table. In this, First 4 rows are matching, remaining 2 rows are unmatching. Then merge command I'm using. How to use it? So merge. So I'm using merge command. Merge. Okay. So merge into. Same syntax. I'm calling syntax. Merge into destination table. What is the destination table? DEPT. D alias name. Using source table. Source table is what now? New DEPT. Yes. Yes is alias name. So D means destination alias. Yes means source alias. Just I'm taking like this for understanding purpose. After that, on join condition. In this common column should be taken to join your condition. So what? How to condition? D dot DEPT number is equal to yes dot DEPT number. So with the help of this join condition, what it was happened? These two tables are going to be merging. First joining, not merging. First merge means joining here. Okay, now right. So it was joining here. After joining this, then we need to write a condition. What is the condition? When data is matched, then suppose your data is matching in both tables. Matching data, what I said, just you have to go to update. So update, how to updating? Update set destination table d dot dname is equal to yes dot dname, comma d dot loc is equal to yes dot loc. So already columns are over now. So dname loc, dname loc. So source table data overriding under destination table. Source table column data overriding under destination table. Okay, now right? LOC is over. Next one is what now? When data is not matched. When data is not matched, then what I said, insert. Insert of a destination table columns. D dot DEPT number, destination, D dot DName, D dot LOC columns, and taking values from source table. Source table what now? S dot DEPT number, S dot DName, S dot LOC. Okay, finally got it. Let me see to execute this. 6 rows are merged. After merging, your source table, you can see source table new DEPT as it is your source, and our destination table, you can see what is my destination table DEPT. That you come out and see. So now your 56C is going to be transferring into your destination table, and existing data is overriding as it is. New data, that means unmatched newly data inserting into your destination table. Okay, now so this is merge command use. How the merge command, when the merge command we want to use means whenever you want to transferring only unmatching data from one to another table, not matching data. So at that time you can use your merge command. Okay, so this is one command in our database we are using whenever you want to moving data from one to another. And the next one is called as what happened here. Next command is called insert all command. Basically insert all command. Okay, so this command, why we want and where you want to use means, so whenever you want to insert multiple rows, okay, insert rows into multiple tables, okay, at a time, okay, then we can use insert all. But remember, whatever we are inserting rows into multiple tables, these inserting rows are compulsory and existing rows. What you say? But rows should be an existing table only. An existing table. Understand now? Whatever you are inserting rows into multiple tables at a time, that inserting row data is already existing table data, not newly data. Newly data we can't insert. Already existing data we can insert into another multiple tables at a time. Okay, now So that is what purpose here observe. So what is of syntax here? Insert all syntax is what now? Insert all into table name 1 sending values of, okay, so we are passing here column name 1 comma column name 2 comma and so on. Okay, right. So after that, insert into table number 2 and sending values, and here also I want to send column name 1 comma column name 2, okay, comma and so on. Like you wish, you can any table. Now table number 3, like you can insert table number 3, you can insert, okay, column name 1 comma column name 2 comma, like you can insert number of tables. But what I said, it will be like this, table number 4 and 5 and 6 and so n number of tables you can pass. N number of tables. But what I said, you can pass any n number of tables. For example, lastly, table number n sending values of column name 1 comma column name 2 comma column name 2 comma and so on. Okay, this is the table. But what is that? Finally, you should take the data from old table. Understand now? Existing table data only we can insert into multiple tables. Existing table data only we can insert into multiple tables by using of insert all command. But new data you can't insert. Okay, this is our syntax. Let me go. So in this, for example, okay, my existing table is called as a DEPT, is the one old data was there. So there are 6 rows that we have it here. Now this data I want to insert into multiple tables. Okay, first of all, what I want to do, first I have to create a multiple tables I have to create. So I already said now, okay, newly created table syntax I was given how to create a new table from old table. So by using of this syntax, now tables I'm creating outside. Okay, so now I'm creating few tables now. Now create table, the table name 1. Okay, so table name, okay, create table 1. Okay, now as select the star from DEPT. But up to here already we done. Up to here we checked out. Up to here we created. What happened? One new table is created with as it is a columns and data. Yes or no? Your old table, whatever the rows and data is the same to same copied. But here what I'm going to do, I'm creating new table without data. I'm creating a new table without data. Okay, without data, what you want to do without data, if you want to create a new table without data, then you have to give a false condition, 1 equals to 0. Any false condition, two condition is given, same as it is, data is copied. That's why I don't want the data. I'm just creating structure, but I don't want data. That's you can use false condition. If you give a true condition, data as usual copied, but not necessary true condition. Okay, now right. So now I'm creating tables like this. 2 tables I'm creating. So table number 2 as select the star from DEPT where 1 equals to 0. So false condition 2 I'm creating now. Table number 3 as select the star from DEPT so where 1 equals to 0. Now 3 tables I create. Let me come out to see what 3 tables are. Which type of tables? Empty tables I'm creating. Yes. Table name 1 is a 1 empty table. Table number 2 is a 1 empty table. Table number 3 is a 1 empty table. So these tables when you call, this is our old table. And now on this old table, I created a new table with no data. See, no rows are there. Table 1, no rows. The same to same. Table number 2, no rows. into same table number 3, no rows. So false condition purpose is what now? Creating new table from old table without copy data. See now, see, I created table 1, table 2, table 3. From which table? Old table. What is my old table? DEPT. But data is there? No, data is not copied. So that is false condition advantage. Okay, without data, if you want to create one empty new table, if you want to create from old table, then use false condition. Okay, now, right. Now in these 3 tables are empty. In these 3 tables, now I want to insert my existing table data. Existing table is what? DEPT. This existing table data now I want to insert. How to insert? By using insert all. Insert all into, now you can see table 1. Sending values. What is the values here? DEPT number, D name, and LOC. So columns are I'm passing it. So how many columns are there? That every column you can pass it. Okay. Now later in the same question in table 2, sending values. How many columns? DEPT number, D name, and LOC. Now table number 3 into table number 3. Sending values, the number, the name, and LOC. Okay, now, so 3 tables inserting up. So insert all table number 1, insert all table number 2, insert all table number 3. But into these 3 tables, whatever the data I'm inserting, the data is what? Existing table data. That is which table I'm retrieving? Select star from DEPT. So DEPT table data. Retrieving, select command means what now? Retrieving your all columns data from DEPT table and inserting into table 1, table 2, table 3. That looks good. 18 rows are created. Now we can come out. Select the star from table number 1. Data, yes, data inserted in table number 1. So now in the same to same, you can see table number 2. Yes, data transferred. Table number 3, yes, data insert. So this is called as the insert all command. That means one existing table data, if you want to insert into multiple tables, there you can use a insert all command. Okay, now one existing table data, that means already existing old data, old table data. If you want to insert into multiple tables, then you can use a insert all. Okay, now, so these are the 2 commands here. Okay, so we can go to created. So these are the in this. Okay, in my document clearly I was going. This syntax will be just remember for creating new table. Okay, so whatever you want. A star means what? All columns. Suppose you don't want it star. I want to pass only 2 columns. Which column you want it? For example, DEPT number and D name. The 2 columns only created. Okay, now, right. So this practice it once. Once practice it, you can understand. Okay, right. So now this is okay. The basic, the fundamental of SQL commands here. These are. So this is over, guys. Here. So SQL related parts are we completed, and which concepts belongs to SQL that we finished here, and some more concepts we are learning now, and those concepts which was comes under PLSQL part. Okay. Now we will start at PLSQL. Now we started, but here, guys, actually, I want to ask something. So, guys, tell me, actually, from Monday onwards, I'm getting actually, the people was giving one more new batch for me on Monday, 7:30, same timings actually. So, same, now that means your wish only. That means if you are okay for that, I will do that. If you're not okay, I can't. Okay, right. So just I'm asking your wish. Okay, now. Okay, it's not a commanding. It's not a. Don't think it is a commanding this order. It's just I'm asking what is your opinion. Okay. Later, otherwise I will go for. We will take some adjustment. No problem. So what is my point here? Actually, morning 7:30 a.m. Just listen first to my words, completely listen. If you're okay for that, we will do that. Otherwise, we will continue these timings only. But a little bit adjustment, I will do it. Okay, now? Right. Okay, now. Okay. Now, what is my point here? Actually, from Monday onwards, okay, one more new batch is starting on the same time, 7:30 p.m. from Monday. So we have a 3 days gap. Okay, now, right? As your timings, whatever it is now, exactly on this time, one more batch is started on Monday. That's called a new batch, for example, new batch. Okay, now, right? So what is my point here? Same timing, same concept is going on. Morning 7:30 a.m. batch also there. My batch only. Morning 7:30 a.m. That is also just that is also started PLSQL. Okay, so hey, the introduction started PLSQL of 7:30 a.m. So that means your batch and morning 7:30 a.m. These both batches are parallelly going same concept. Parallelly going same concept. Okay, na? Right. So if you all people are agree, okay, then you people shift to 7:30 a.m. because they are also okay. Today we started PLSQL introduction. So if you come to there, I will go for again restarted. Okay, na? So if you have, that means I'm not asking one or okay. So this is your wish. All people want to tell. If all people are agreed to come to 7:30 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. if you shifted, then I will shift to your batch. That's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking. It's not a you don't want to do any. If you're not possible, say not possible, sir, because already we have some other class. That's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking. Okay, na? So maybe some students are possible, some students are not possible, right? I can understand that because some people are having some morning 7 a.m. some batches also there. Yes, yes. Some other like Core, Java, Python batches also existed. Yes, yes. Okay, okay, no problem. Okay, na? So not possible means leave it. Okay, no. So then what we want to do one thing. We want to do one thing. Okay, na? Actually, your timings are 7:30, na? From Monday onwards, I will take your class. Okay, I will take your class. Will be started. Okay, 8:15. I'm starting. Okay, 8:15. So that means just 45 minutes. 8:15. Okay, now. Okay, okay. I understand your problems. That's why I'm saying that this is not an order. This is not an order. This is not a mandatory. Just I'm asking. Suppose you are all are willing to that. Happily we can shift it. If you're not willing, so we will continue this timings only. Okay, now? Right. Okay, okay. Now, so what I'm going to do? Okay, what I'm going to do? Your batch from Monday onwards. I'm telling that from Monday onwards, your batch will be started 8:15 because. The PLSQL I already said to you, maximum 15 sessions are required to finishing your PLSQL batch. So this last 15 days, just come to 8:15 to 9. So 45 minutes for your batch and 45 minutes new batch. I will take like this 2 weeks. Okay, this I think in this timings there is no problem. Yes, understanding now? Yes. So this is Monday onwards. So tomorrow we have a time. Tomorrow what? Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So 3 days we have a time. So that means almost we are completing introduction part of PLSQL. Okay, now we are entering into small programs in 3 sessions means. Okay, now so Monday onwards I'm asking. Okay, now so morning 7:30 not possible. So leave it. Leave it the morning 7:30 batch. Leave it. There is not necessary for you. Leave it. Now what I'm going to do from Monday onwards. 8:15 you people come old batch. Okay, now so I will take 7:30 to 8:15. Okay, or 8:15 means 8:10 like this. I will take a new batch. So your batch is 45 minutes. New batch is also 45 minutes, and it will be happen like a piece of time. It will be happen. Okay, now right. Okay, now. So this is I'm taking from Monday onwards. Okay, so you Monday onwards again I will remember. I'm going to remembering to you on Saturday. So Monday you just join at 8:15. So we will start at 8:15. Okay, now? Yeah. So 7:30, yes, of course, new batches are having demos now. So demos maximum half an hour I will take. Yes or no? So first two demos are there. Later some introduction parts are there now. So that's why 1 week we will be just like this now. Almost you are reaching to your batch last year. Okay, your batch will be finishing. Okay, so that's why new batch is also not a problem for new batch. I will manage that. Okay, I already talked to management people. They are also agree. Nothing problem here. Okay, now. So you people 8:15 to 9:45 minutes we will be going that. Okay, now. Right. Okay, fine. So this is Monday onwards, not now, but before I'm intimating to you. So 8:15 you just prepare it. Okay, right. And now. Now, so let you come to our next second part of Oracle. Okay, that is called as a PLSQL. So PLSQL, why sir the people was introducing? PLSQL, why sir the people was introducing? Okay, so what is the differentiates and differences in between SQL and PLSQL? Okay, first this is introduction, completely theory part. Just observe. Also, in this theory only you can understand the differences between SQL and PLSQL. Right? Observe. So simply, PLSQL stands for procedural language, and this language we called as an extension of SQL language. It is an extension of SQL. So how you people can say, for example, C++. C++ is an extension of C language, or we can say. Okay, na? Right. So that's why what it was happened, guys, here, the PLSQL is called as an extension of SQL language. PLSQL is called as an extension of your, okay, SQL language. Okay, that's what. And this language was introducing by people. This language was introducing by people in Oracle 6.0 version. In Oracle 6. That means what you understand? Before 6.0 version, that means from 1.0 to 5.0, there is no PLSQL language. There is no PLSQL language, right? So now from 6.0 onwards, your PLSQL was introduced by Oracle Corporation people. Okay, now, right. And next one, second one is observe. SQL is called as a non-procedural language, whereas PLSQL is a procedural language. So if the point is, sir, what is non-procedure and what is procedure? What is non-procedure and what is procedure? Understand now? So non-procedure languages are called as the language which cannot supported multi-line statements execution process is called as a non-procedure. When a language is called as a procedure, when the language is supported multi-line statements execution process is called as a procedure. Okay, na? So multi-line statements execution process, when it is not supporting your language, that comes under non-procedures category. Suppose it is supporting, then comes under procedures category. That's why you can see C language, C++, Java, .NET, Python, these are all are procedural languages. Okay, now these all are procedural languages. Okay, now because of reason, these all languages are supporting multi-line statements execution process. Okay, now but SQL is not like that. So that is a differences, variations and differences observed. So here, what is single line statements, sir? So SQL supported, your SQL language supported only single line statement. Single line statement means as of now we are using only queries. Can you see any topic? You can see any topic we are using just a one line statement queries, even though join queries or even though sub queries, even though any topic you can see. Okay, we are using queries, multiple queries we are using, but under one line statement. That's why SQL language is called as a single line statement execution process only supported. But multi-line statements we didn't see anywhere. In any topic also, we didn't see multi-line statements how to execute. The type of topics also not there in your SQL part. Okay, so that is called that's why SQL is called a non-procedure we call it. Okay, but whereas PLSQL supporting okay multi-line statements. Multi-line statements are nothing but program. programming is called a multi-line. Single line means what now? Query. Okay, now? So multi-line statements will be executed here. Okay, that process will be supported. So then what is the advantage of single line and multi-line? Advantage is what sir means, let you come out. So let you come out here. Single line and multi-line advantage is what now? So when diagrammatically, if you see, you get some idea what is multi-line and a single line. Okay, right. Carefully observe guys your diagram for easily understanding purpose. So single line statement execution process in SQL language. In SQL language, what it was happening guys here, whenever user want to send any request to my database, every request we're sending in the form of queries, insert query, update query, delete query, select query, okay, create query, alter query, drop query, truncate, anything. Whatever you want to send a request to your database server, that every request we are sending in the form of query format. So like this, the same query, if you send multiple times or different queries, you can send your database server multiple times, whatever you can do, but every query request will taking as a new request guys. For example, insert query I'm sending first time insert query I'm sending. Then this first time insert query, what it will take, it is a one new request. It will be taken by one new request by your server. And it is a new request which was sending by user. Okay, your insert query, first time you were sending to me. First time you were sending to me means it is a new request to database. It is a new request to database. Database, what it will do? Okay, this is a new request. The new request will be processing. That is compilation, execution, and once compilation execution successfully done, then send back to response. Send back to response to request one. Okay, now. So that is over. Again, the same query second time user is sending. Same query. I'm not doing any modifications also. Same query I'm sending second time. Second time also what it was going to do, your query again, it will take one more new request. Same query are you sending to server. But again, your database server, what it will do, it will be taking as a, again, one new request. Again, new request means what you want to do, compile, execute, and sending second response to second request. Okay, now? So same query, the third time user is inserting. Again, this is also taking as a new request. Again, new request means again compilation, execution, sending response. So that means what it was happened, sir? What it was happened, sir, means every query request, whatever the user is sending, that every query request will treat it as a new request by your server. Treated as a new request, and compilation, execution is going to be done. It means what happens, sir? It means what happens. Suppose user is sending the request in the form of query. There are 100 query requests they're sending. There are 100 query requests they're sending. Then what happens, guys, here? These 100 requests will take a new request. These 100 requests will take a new request. These 100 requests take a new request means what I want to do, 100 times compilation. Okay, 100 times individual compilation, individual execution. Then what happened? 100 responses I want to send. 100 responses. So, a user sending request in the form of query. You was sent, for example, 100 users are sending 100 query requests, or a user sending 100 query requests to server. Every query will take a new request. So that 100 queries, 100 individual compilations, again and again, 100 individual executions again and again, and 100 responses that the database can be sent to user. What it was happen here? Lot of burden. The database server or database burden is increases because every request is a new request. Taking, processing, sending response. Taking, processing, sending response. Taking, processing, sending response. So that means a lot of burden is increases on your database. When database burden is increased, definitely that will affect it on performance. That will affect it on performance. That's why database is slowly sending response. Sometimes database is getting more time to give a response. Sometimes, okay, database servers are shut down. Sometimes database servers are busy. Yes or no? So this kind of traffic jam, this kind of problems are created. Okay, now because of reason, the database burden is increases. Why it is increases means every query request is individually have to perform. So 100 times compilation, 100 times execution. Suppose 1 lakh compilations, 1 lakh executions, 1 lakh responses. Now you just assume your database burden how much increases. Okay now. So this is a single line statement, how it was executed and the problem of SQL. But the same thing, guys, here, when come to PLSQL, advantage is what sir means. In PLSQL, what happened? In PLSQL language, one advantage is there. Everything, whatever you want to write in PLSQL, everything you can write under block. Under block. So that means here, PLSQL, we have a blocks. Each and every statement, a small code or big code, one query, multiple query, whatever it is, you should write under blocks only. A block is nothing but what? It is a set of statements, group of statements, multi-line statements we are writing under a single block. Now we can see here 3 requests individually, but the 3 queries are written into one simple block here. Okay, so the 3 queries are written same query multiple times or different queries, whatever you can write in your block. Then this entire block will treat it as only one request. So one request, see, the block is called as a one request. Then one request sending to server. That means what happened? One request, one compilation, one execution, one response. Understand that? Even though you can send here 100 queries, I'm writing in this. I'm writing 100 queries here, but 100 queries will take only one request, one compilation, one execution, one response. So now advantage you can see. That means you are individually burden, but group of not a burden. So that database burden is reduces, then performance will be high level performance is linear. So this is the differences between SQL and the PLSQL. Okay, now so that point only I discuss here. Okay, what I said. So single line I said here I written. In SQL, every query statement is compiling and executing individually so that number of compilations are increased and reducing performance of database. But whereas in PLSQL, what happened? All SQL queries are grouped. Observe now. All SQL queries are grouped into a single block and which will compile and execute only one time so that it will reduce number of compilations and improve the performance of database. This is single line and multi-line statement advantage and difference also. Okay, later like this, there are some features are supported by PLSQL. What kind of features? One by one, and these features are not supported by SQL. Observe. What is improving performance of database? Now just I will explain. Multi-line statements are supported PLSQL. That's why database performance will be more better than SQL. Okay, now right. Second one is what? Supporting conditional and looping statements. But can you see, guys, here in SQL language we used anywhere conditional looping statements we use anywhere? No. So conditional statements are nothing but what? If-else conditions, multiple if-else conditions, nested if-else conditions. So these kind of things we didn't use it. Yes or no? Next one is what now? Looping, for loop, while loop, simple loops. These kind of statements also we didn't use under SQL language because SQL language is not supported conditional and control statements. Okay, now, right. Third point is what now? Supporting reusability of code. Okay, but SQL queries are not a reusable. Very important point, remember. SQL queries, whatever we used here. So did you see anywhere SQL query is a reusable? No, any concept you can check it. Queries cannot be reusable in SQL language. But PLSQL advanced is, okay, PLSQL advanced what now? Reusability of your code and queries. Suppose your queries you written under PLSQL block. Suppose your queries are you written under PLSQL block, then that query can be reusable. But SQL not supporting reusability mechanism. But PLSQL is supported reusability mechanism. Okay, that's what. Second one is what now? PLSQL providing security because of all programs code are saved into database and authorized users can only accessing programs. One more advantage what now? So how many programming programs or programming code, source code, whatever you written under PLSQL blocks, that codes is going to be saved database and that code can be seen by only authorization people. So that is one advantage. And later, PLSQL supporting portability. That means PLSQL programs can be moved from one platform to another platform without any changes. That's why we are saying that PLSQL and our Oracle is also called a platform independent. Yes or no? So PLSQL is also same like this. This language is also platform independent language. So one program, whatever you developed, for example, I developed one PLSQL program in Windows operating system. Okay, na? So same programming code you can run into Linux, run into Unix, run into Solaris, Mac, OSD, OXD. So many operating systems are there. Okay, na? So without changing any code, as it is a PLSQL program which I developed under Windows operating system, okay, that I can move into other operating systems also because our PLSQL language is also independent supported, platform independence. Okay, right. Next one is supporting exception handling mechanism. But SQL language is not supported with exception handling mechanism. Okay, now? And later, next one is what now? Supporting modular programming. What is modular programming, sir? Means suppose you are developing big program. Okay, when you go to developing your projects, when you develop the projects, automatically we are writing big programming code we are writing. But big programs cannot be easy. It's not that much easy to handle. It's very difficult to handle that much big code. So big code handling means one of the biggest tasks for the programmers in real-time companies. Okay, so that's why what the programmers will do in real-time company, if it's a big program is there, big coding is there, the big coding, what they will do, they will be split into modules. Split into modules. Modules means small parts. Okay, a big code, they can divide into smaller parts. And how they can divide means by using of stored procedures and stored functions. With the help of procedures and function, your code can be divided into small modules, and small modules can be distributing to employees, and that employees are easily, they can go to understanding that code and they can easily manage and maintain their code. So that kind of future is there in our PLSQL. So these are some features which was provided under PLSQL language. Okay, now, and later next one is what now? PLSQL architecture. How the architecture? What is SQL engine? What is PLSQL engine? So this is we will discuss in tomorrow's session, guys. Okay, now. So tomorrow. Okay, now tomorrow we will go for the next. So what is PLSQL architecture? What we will discuss. Okay, now, right, guys. Thank you so much.